my name's Cumber. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been a healer with the public now for over 25 years. So I've gained a little bit of knowledge, scraped the surface, on what benefits people and what's a total waste of time. And the answer to how do I self-heal? How is healing done? What makes the difference? What is the difference that makes the difference? Is love. 25 years and a whole lifetime of searching and monitoring and researching and so many modalities, so many, comes to the one thing. It comes to love. Yep, that's it. So, how much love do you have for yourself today? And there lies the answer. Every single person I ever asked that question of, including myself on my own journey, of course, I've tried and tested every single thing that I advise, that I suggest, that I use with anybody else, I've tried on myself. And so from that experience, I've understood that there are certain things in self-healing that work superbly well for me and not at all for others. But the one thing that works for everybody, that guarantees self-healing, guarantees it, is if we can hone and better our awareness of a self-loving attitude. So there are many different ways of actually enhancing that idea, and I've produced other videos in this healing series to assist you with that. There's lots and lots and lots. One of the favourite ones is the 4x4 breath. Another one is the game of opposites. Another one is authentic affirmations. So many different ways of changing your view of your own self-esteem and your own access to a loving place. Now, often when we're looking for self-healing, we're in a place of pain or in a place of disruption or disharmony in our life, and we're looking for something to help us get out of the pain, move towards something else. So I totally get it. I totally understand that me standing here and going, all you need to do is love yourself. When you're sitting there or lying there and you're like, I'm in a lot of pain here, Carol, I've got no energy, or I'm experiencing this, that and the other disease, and it's very serious for me. My happiness in sharing this with you is not a flippant response to any of that. That is extremely important. But it still comes down to love. So I'll ask you again, how much do you love yourself? Now, if there's any resistance to this question that I've asked, simple question, if there's any coming up for you, then I'm going to suggest that's perfect, because there's room for more loving in there. There's room for more loving. There's something in us that knows the actual answer to this, and we really do know it, but we resist it because, oh my gosh, that might mean opening up some old stories that might be more painful than what we're already dealing with, or that might mean a commitment, or I might have to do something else, and I'm tired already. But please let me assure you that love is the thing you were born with. You were born from a loving divine intelligence, and you came into this world raw and loving, open. And you've been shaped, as we all have, by the environments that we've lived in, by the people, by the situations. And whatever they are, this day, this moment, you're tuning into me right now because you're ready. You're ready to change it. You're ready for more love in your life. More and more and more and more. I mean, it's how much love can you take? How much can you generate? This is the real question. So scientists have proved with orometers and various other things that, you know, when they're looking at the vibration of a human field, of a human being, we vibrate at all sorts of different rates. And over a long period of time, Valerie Hunt, look up Valerie Hunt. She's done wonderful research over 40 odd years about how your field, how the energy changes in your auric field way before it physically meshes and comes out in some way, shape or form. This is really, really important to understand, that we can have a change and we can have an exchange and we can do things with the light that we are, the aura that we are, the energy field that we have. If we change that, it can be like a preventative medicine. So she's done lots of research to say, so she can predict, like, you know, if you carry on doing what you're doing, basically this field suggests that, you know, you could be open to MS or ME or whatever it happens to be. And if you change your field, all things are open. So beyond shadow of doubt, there is science out there now. I've talked before about Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton and about how we are proving now that what we think and how we feel affects our health. So for you to come and find me on this channel, thank you, and be interested in self-healing is phenomenally amazing, and I applaud you. Well done you. It takes strength and courage to actually even open up the dialogue about self-healing. So really seriously, give yourselves a hug and you know, definitely hold yourself. You know, we can do that for ourselves. I know other people want other people to do it, but this is about self-healing. We released oxytocin, which is a precursor to serotonin, every time we actually hug ourselves or somebody hugs us. The longer it is, the more it comes. That's your happy hormone. It's a great way of self-healing, is to raise your happiness in your life. Great way. Just hold yourself in some way. Give yourself a loving hug. Be the one to provide that love for yourself in that moment. So that's one way of self-healing. So we know the science behind it. We know the attitude behind it. It's like, actually, practically, how do we do it? Well, I do recommend a video that I've prepared for you earlier. Sound like someone off Blue Peter there. Here's one I prepared earlier, which is all about sensing your own energies. And it goes through 15 minutes or so of actually how to get your energies flowing between the palms of your hands. If you could please look that one up and use that, practice it till you can get your energies really flowing. This is another aspect of love. And then intuitively, just ask yourself, where do I need this healing the most? And it's going to change on different days. But we know our light system is often referred to as the chakra system, and I work on a 12 chakra system. The first one starting below the earth, called your earth star chakra, and they work up different places along the body within, like a beam of light going all the way through. And so wherever you place your hands, it will affect the quality and quantity of light, of energy, of love that's coming through to that part of the body. If you're not sure where to put your hands, over the heart is always a fantastic start. Double hand chakra, we call this, and it's just about holding our heart and sending this love in a beautiful loop of the heart back to the heart. I like to close my eyes when I'm doing any self-healing, only because it sort of takes away that visual distraction and I can start to see some of the lights of my inner landscape and how it's changing. Okay, breathing is good. For self-healing, there's a way of actually getting into the zone, into the mode. And breathing can help you by doing long, deep breaths, lowering your shoulders towards the floor, relaxing your body, actually going through different aspects of your body to relax the body can help. Making sure your energy is flowing between your hands and asking yourself, where do I need this healing the most? And then placing it on the different chakras or points of smaller chakras on the joints or anywhere else that you are feeling like you could do with some loving, gorgeous harmony being restored. An intention, if you found me doing this, it's because you need that sort of way that we are using. So a wonderful intention that does no harm, that only brings fabulous results, is to cleanse, to balance, and let harmony return here now. So as you're getting your energies flowing, like I've shown you in the other video, you can actually set that intention up. You can put yourself in the most loving state you possibly can, and you can say the intention of this healing is no harm be done. I intend to heal through balance, through clearing off, through balancing, to restoring to full harmony. You see, your subconscious and conscious minds knows exactly what cleansing means, what balancing means, what returning to full harmony is. And then you can just relax into that. It means everything gets done in every part of your body without you having to worry or engage in having to know what that actually is. You can just make the effective change by going into that state. And if if your mind wanders off during the healing and as you're applying yourself to self-healing techniques, and your mind wanders off about, oh, what's next, what we need to do, what time is it, any of those things, you can bring yourself back to that very gentle, easy mantra. I cleanse, I balance, I return to full harmony now. In the name of love and light, all is well. It's a beautiful way to again restore the harmony back into the system, whether that's on the physical or the emotional or the mental or the spiritual levels or all of the others that's in between. So it's a really nice way every morning and every evening is for you to use those intentions, get yourself in that frame, get the energies flowing as we've already practiced previously, and to lay your hands anywhere that it feels right to you to do some healing. So it's absolutely fine to stand and heal. It's absolutely fine to sit in a chair and heal. It's absolutely fine to lay down. It's really important when you're doing self-healing or any other sort of healing that you are comfortable in your own body. So if I'm asking you to do this position and hold it there for 5 minutes, sometimes for some people that's not possible. So it might be nice just to hold it into a relaxed, easy position with the intention that the energy finds its way to that point I'm projecting, because it will. You just have to use your mind. So in a lot of the research that Valerie Hunt did, it seemed to make a difference on who the person was that needed the healing, the person who was doing the healing, and the actual modality that was being used. And obviously those three things would produce a different sort of soup. It's different ingredients, different vibrations coming together. This is all about self-healing. So you are the recipient, you are the healer, and the healing and the love is the modality. So you are everything in this instant. So it's beautiful and perfect just for you. Healing also, I like to sort of start with that one and stay with that one, because you can think your own thoughts about what affirmations you're going to use. You can choose what time of day or evening you're going to do it. You can do this as much as possible. You cannot overdo it. You can't overdo being in a state of love. And what actually happens is, if you attend to yourself in this way and just put hands on healing or give yourself a hug or think a slightly better thought of yourself than you did previously, all of those things start to build up. And if you do that every single day, even just 5 days or 3 days, you will see a benefit. Now, benefits from self-healing don't always come in the areas that we absolutely demand logically they need to be shown in. Sometimes it can just mean you've got more patience with yourself. Sometimes it just means that You laughed at something that you wouldn't have laughed at 3 days ago. Sometimes the pain levels shifted, perhaps somewhere else in the body, or perhaps just gone. There's so many variables that can happen, all of it beneficial, but sometimes we just don't get it exactly the way we want it. Stick with it, and you will. It will arrive, but practice makes perfect. Like anything, I think an investment in loving yourself is one of the highest investments any of us can make, and one of the most fruitful and the most beneficial. You can use all sorts to add to this flavour and palette of healing. You can use crystals, you can use colour, you can use so many different things, and it will be my enormous pleasure to share those with you over time. But this day, for your self-healing, it's all about you and you doing it for you. I'm happy to respond to any comments you feel like leaving. My love to you. Love, 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 and love is the way. Soul to soul. Bye for now.